Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. Look, man, he gonna have to bite the dust. Sanchez versus Brother Ankh. It should be Brother Ankh versus Sanchez. Let's get that straight. Monkeys and humans. The fact that we can't even recognize statues of monkeys and humans is wild. Or maybe it's not wild. Maybe they share such close relations that you need anthropological studies to tell the difference, especially after the statues have been worn and produced around 1200 BCE. You would have to understand the culture that it's coming from to know what it was. Don't let them trick you. Did all humans come from Africa? Craziest debate topic to take ever, just like Enki. They all fall down. If you're a science denier or a science enthusiast or a science advocate, or at least understand the way you understand the natural world, is through the very thing that was produced by humans to understand the natural world. I'm going to say that again. At least understand that the world we live in is natural. And the way you understand the natural world is by using one of the tools produced by humans to understand the natural world. My good friends, that tool would be science. It's not the only way to perceive the world. It's not the only way to try to understand it. Philosophy is a way to try to understand the world. But to understand a natural phenomenon which occurs in the natural world, that would be science. Now, if you want to understand custom and traditions, going through folklore and mythology and cultural containers and social interactions, you study a people's religion. Never apply a geographically peopled religion to the whole damn world. And whenever you read a religion, figure out what world it's talking about. Know when humans circumnavigated the globe. Know when humans understood the damn world, global world. Understand these things is important. Study geography, math, to get the story together. Aristophanes started to fill with his measurement of the circumference of the earth in Egypt. Started what would later on become geodesy, which is the measurement and study of the earth. Pick up the Black History Month. Miss West programmed the IBM 730 stretch computer that used precise calculations for the shape of the damn earth. The gift that keeps giving Africa and its people and its geography. So if you understand your history, you don't get tricked by later charlatans. You don't get tricked by blam, 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 boom. You do not get tricked. You start to recognize that Miss West, Black history, this sister programmed a computer, stretch computer, 730 model that will give you precise calculations. You probably know her laying down the foundation of the GPS system. What the hell are we talking about here? So now we don't know the humans started in Africa. If you sitting there saying humans start in this place and that place, you're just as pseudo as I was 25 years ago. Don't feel bad. So the conversation we having today is a very, very interesting conversation. We've been having it back and forth. We've been playing with it. Even going back and forth with the likes of certain people talking reckless as bananas. Now, I started to show off. Big up to everybody, man. Hit the damn Cash App, man. Often and early, show some love, man. Show your appreciation. Recognize those who understand and those who don't. Now, I got a lot of haters, but they could never hit that link and show otherwise, man. And so early in the conversation, big up to Sakina Raw. What's up, shorty? Suntan with a dude. Stephen the homie, what's up with you, man? What's good? What it do? What it do? Immortal say, man, I'm agreeing with you finally. Boy, we had somebody in here saying the evidence shows they came from the north. Come on, man. See, that's the game that they play with y'all. Not understanding said subject. So let's get it real serious right now. Let's imagine geography here. Let's not imagine geography. I just talked about don't imagine geography. Man, I just talked about it. We gotta move quick on here, right? I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this to prove the point. There's an understanding here that needs to be reckoned with. The Nile is the largest river on planet Earth. I said the Nile River is the longest river on planet Earth. It's right here for your face. We're moving quick in the class. Take a damn screenshot. Northeast Africa, as it was known in the past, encompasses the countries of Africa situated in and around the Red Sea. The region is intermediate between North Africa and East Africa, encompassing the Horn of Africa. Y'all say that's in sub-Saharan Africa, right? Sometimes the very ideas that they promote witness against themselves. I say again, it is at these moments where the very words and terms you use will witness against you. Oh my, they talk about sub-Saharan Africa, this, that, and the other. You have allowed people to separate Africa in a racialized manner. That's a travesty. It's a real travesty there. Horn of Africa, Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Somalia, as well as Sudan, Southern Sudan, Libya, and Egypt. Why is it that they only want to say Egypt is in North Africa? I tell you why. It's a psychological dilemma. I'm going to say it again. The reason why they don't want to admit that ancient Egypt is in the far eastern corner of North Africa, which would make it North Africa. We can bring up the coordinates, longitude and latitude, ends the actual discussion. The reason they don't want it in Northeast Africa and in the Mediterranean, because they can play you with the Mediterranean population, which is wild in the first place. The Mediterranean culture, which is wild in the second place. The Mediterranean food, which is super wild all over again. They want to play the racist card. What's the racist card? They literally pushed Egypt out of Africa into the Mediterranean. And in the early days, in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, they pushed it all the way up to the damn day, because you got people right here on YouTube promoting that nonsense. As if we don't know that Egypt borders the damn Mediterranean. And there's some simple things you need to understand. You need to understand geography, one. You need to understand the Florida River, two. And you need to understand this very, very important thing. Don't let them trick you. Here's the trick. When I say they came from the South, I wasn't in particular just talking about the population. Because if you really study the Nile Valley culture, and if you really up on your A game, if you up on your A game, right? Because it take a lot, right? If you're up on your A game, you can clearly see this damn map right here. Again, Holocene map. Climate control, occupation of Eastern Sahara during the main phase of the Holocene. Red dots indicate major occupation areas. White dots indicate isolated settlements, ecological refuges, and episodic transhumans. Look at the map. You ain't got to be able to know nothing. Just look at the damn map. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'll say again, sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. So it is clear that at 8,000, before 8,000 BCE, where the damn populations are. They lie in Sudan and in Upper Egypt. Where are the archaeological surveys at about 8,000, 10,000 BCE where populations is all over? It's not. You got to go to 8,000 to 7,000 in map B, and you see those populations spread. You got to go all the way to 5,300 to 3,500 to start to see the populations in the Delta and in Lower Egypt. So that would tell you anybody that's saying a population came in from the north is ridiculous and pseudo. And anybody stating a population just came from the south is ridiculous and pseudo. What we're talking about is the formation of ancient Egyptian Nile Valley culture. When we talking about the culture, watch this. Here you go. We're talking about the culture that would dominate the populations in the Nile period would be a southerly culture. That's what we're saying. And we would say that the southern kingdom defeated the northern kingdom. And we can prove and verify that. Ladies and gentlemen, they came from the south. Specifically, the culture. And of course, humans aren't stuck. They travel. The Nile River is a conduit of genetic flow, meaning it does not stop the flow of sexual acts between men and women. Simple as that. It's actually not that hard. And if you can use your mind and your imagination, no, don't use your mind and imagination. Sometimes I forget who the hell I'm talking to. Don't do it. Look at the damn map. In your brain, you can see where the Mediterranean is, and you can pretty much understand. You see where Arabia is and Western Asia and Levant. You should be able to see that on this map. And you should be able to understand that the Delta and all those areas there in what they call Lower Egypt will be closer to what they're calling the Mediterranean, the Levant. You should be able to see that. If you can't see it, go ahead, pack up your bookcase and all that. Take your pencil, put it in your ear, or your pen, put it in your ear. Close up your book bag, close your notepad, and get the hell out of class. Because this ain't for you. You just want to argue and wild out and play the crazy game. You'd rather go take a drink or take a smoke. But if you can see that that area in Lower Egypt is closer to the Mediterranean and closer to the Levant than the area in the south, Sudan, Nubia, and Upper Egypt, is more closer to the south, then continue to take notes, continue to learn. Because it's simple, it's not hard. Maybe it's the word people that throw you. I'm not sure. Maybe I should give you the example of palm trees. Palm trees surely grow and flourish in Florida. But as they draw the line that they consider Florida, the palm trees just don't stop before you get to Georgia. And so as you're driving towards Florida through Georgia, you start to see, get to Savannah, you start to see palm trees. And the closer you get to Florida while in Georgia, the more palm trees you will see. And when you get to Georgia, palm trees are absolutely flourishing. So the closer you live to Florida, the more palm trees you're going to see. The farther away you get, the less palm trees you see. The closer you get to the Mediterranean and Levant, the more Western Asian, Eurasian people you'll see. The closer you get to the south, the more Nilotic, Nubian, Southern Egyptians you'll see. How simple is that? Now it's a simple question of who the hell know what they talking about? Class moves fast. Pay close attention. It's actually not that hard. It's as simple as palm trees. Palm trees don't have legs though. So humans will migrate in and migrate out. There has never been a replacement population in the Nile Valley, meaning at no time did the population come in and replace the one that's there. People will make you believe this on both sides of the conversation. As my enemies on this conversation will try to use videos against me, whenever I'm talking about the black this or black this, I'm playing the black game. I'm proving to you that if you continue to say that the Nubians are black, then I can absolutely prove that black people are in Asia. I'm going to say this again for the slow bus. The foundation of what I do is I advocate for science. I advocate for understanding African American history and indigenous history through the lenses of anthropology. which includes evolution, archaeology, linguistics. I advocate that. But once you get it, and you see they playing with you, and they want to introduce social constructs, they want to play the black game, you can beat them with the black game. Especially if they say the Nubians are black. The easiest thing in the world to prove the Nubians have been occupying Egypt since remote times, before they was even called Egyptians. Those particular humans was always in Egypt. Matter of fact, the ones that would later on be called Egyptians, Libyans, and Nubians, they come out of the Green Sahara. Not West Africa, because that's what the pseudo going to do, but in the Green Sahara in Egypt. That's how large it is. Copeland. You know who Copeland is? Then you're not even ready for the conversation. Copeland actually does do work. He did the work in the Green Sahara. It's so remote in those deserts. He had to take a team that first could get together and get along with each other. They had to be able to fix the trucks when they broke down. They had to be able to hunt their food and cook their food, everything. They couldn't be divisive against each other because they was in remote spaces. They would get dropped off by the helicopter in the damn Sahara. He understood why it changed back and forth. He could see it on the ground. Fish bones everywhere, lakes, hooks, grinding stones. He understood what was going on. Climate change. It's a key factor for desertification. The tilt wobble of the earth. I say all this to say that we understand that there were populations in the Green Sahara. Not West Africa. Back to the map again. But in Egypt itself, did you know Egypt was the largest country in Africa? So we make the points and we make it very, very clear. And I thought y'all knew that. It was a unification between two distinct cultures, the upper and the lower. So let's get right to the video. Let's see. Well, I tell you, found it very, 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 very interesting. Did they come from the north? Was the southern population hunter-gatherers? Who would say such a thing? Let's see. Beat the conversation any kind of way I want to bring it. If you're so silly into thinking that the Nubians is black, you're so silly into thinking that the Nilotics are black, then I'm going to beat you up if you want to be that silly and play the color game. You're supposed to know that there's no such thing as race. It's a social construct that human beings in general range in skin color. Lord knows ones that live near the equator. Lord knows one that lives in areas with high UVA rays, particularly in Africa. Man, boy, I'm telling y'all, be wild. So we can talk about populations and talk about the color of their skin. We can guess at it, but in those remote times, there is no scientific evidence. You can simply look at the skin map and measure the skin rays and approximately say, well, they would have been this color based off of that. You can't just say the Egyptians was jet black. You can't just say that. Wouldn't make no damn sense. Y'all don't want the people to live in Egypt. Y'all want them to die. Block out too much of the damn sun. Anyway, let me hit this real quick. Big up to everybody in here, man. Man, get those tickets, man, for that Sanchez debate, man. There's a couple debates going on, man. First, this right here, man. It's a good one, man. Monkey and man. Did humans come from Africa? You sitting there acting like humans didn't come from Africa and trying to figure out the Egyptian conversation, then you gotta put you out of class because you ain't ready. You ain't gonna be able to do it. Nepal, Naphtali is going down. I like this one better. When the sisters is sitting on the throne. Are we animals and apes? Most of y'all are clueless. You got pets. You see your pets use the bathroom. They don't use the bathroom out the same damn hole. You got kids. You go to the bathroom. You don't use the bathroom out of the same damn hole when you pooping and urinating. Same with your pets. Why is that? No, y'all can't put it together in your mind. When the dog you have, or dog from Baltimore, I say Doug. When the dog you got, female variety, gives birth, the litter drinks milk from the mother's breast. If you was fortunate as me, the mother of my children fed the babies through their breasts. There's something common here. Brains, thinking, whole 9 yards. So I don't know how Naphtali gonna get past not understanding we animals. Does not make you a damn beast of the field. I don't know how she's gonna get around us being primates. Primates see in color vision. That's why we know that humans could tell the difference by looking at each other. That you darker than me, you lighter than me. That never was hard. But it's the confusion in it all. Cairo would be the start of, not start of, would where Upper Egypt would end and where Lower Egypt would start. Let's get that right in y'all head. So let's hear the conversation about they come from the north. I ain't adding nothing to it. I'm simply showing you the video where it is. Let us proceed with caution, ladies and gentlemen. One sec. Let's get it.
The delta into the Nile River and all the way down. Okay, so but this was a northern Egyptian culture because that's where they began. So that's why having the title is they came from the north. And when I say they came from the north, I'm talking about pre-dynastic times, before a nation state formed. Okay, they had to populate the area enough to form a nation state. So these are periods from 5,000 to 4,200 where they're populating the Nile, along the Nile. Okay, just follow me. From about 5,000 to 4,200 BC, the Merimdi culture, so far known from Merimdi Benai, a large settlement site at the edge of what? The delta. It flourished where? In Lower Egypt, which is northern Egypt, by the delta. The culture has strong connections with the Fayum A culture, which we're going to read briefly on, as well as the what? The Levant. Okay? So when I say it started from the north, follow me. These cultures came in from the north, populating it all the way down to the south. From the north, populating it all the way down to the south. In the north, follow me. So when I say it started from the north, Follow me. These cultures came in from the north, populating it all the way down to the south. First,
Came in the north from where? See, these populations came in from the north and populated the Nile Valley all the way down to the south. Ignoring all the archaeological information, all the anthropology, all the modern day scholarship, just to be right. Populated from the north. From where though? Let us continue.
then later, after population, Narmer united Upper and Lower Egypt into the one land. But the people populated first coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People lived in small huts coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People populated first coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People lived in small huts, produced a simple, undecorated.
People coming down from the Mediterranean populated Egypt. Y'all buying it, huh? Y'all buying that, huh? The palm trees actually started in Egypt, where there's more palm trees in the Mediterranean. So it's basically saying that the population came from the Mediterranean and populated Egypt. But there's more palm trees in the Mediterranean than in Egypt. The close affinities to the Fayum and the Delta is to the Levant and the Mediterranean. Not to say that people didn't trickle all the way down. No one's saying that. But we're saying if you study Egyptian history, if you know about the Hyksos didn't invade nothing. That Amorite population was in the Nile forever, in the Delta. Do some study on the Delta. In the Delta. Do you know the river is 4,100 miles long? That you can be a southerner in Upper Egypt and don't know what the hell Lower Egypt looked like, and look like a whole foreign place to you when you get there. Did you know that? Yeah, you can read it in some Egyptian stories. They were like, a man is lost from the south when he go to the Delta. Y'all didn't know that? But it's clear this man is saying that. Now, if he's not saying that, put a one in the chat if you can explain what the hell he's saying. Yeah, King J, you're going to get beat up today. You're going to get beat up. King J. King J always halfway right and halfway wrong. So, King J, let's put it in perspective, though, King J. Let me stop messing with you. He's right. A heavy population of Eurasians from the continent of Eurasia did populate the Delta, did mix in with Lower Egyptians. They did. But was that the culture that dominated and formed Pharaonic Egypt? Answer that question. See, I get what you're saying. See, King Hebrew. See, they don't, King J. See, they don't know what you're saying. See, I'm so tight on the subject that yeah, Chief X actually is not making that up. The party's making up is that it populated the whole Nile. That's bugged out. I'm gonna say it again. He made that up. The population coming out of the Mediterranean region did not populate the whole Nile. It's not true. But they do dominate the Delta area. It is a heavy influx of Eurasian, right? In quote unquote Lower Egypt. Hmm. Let us continue. And then we're going to go to the sources. King J, you get beat up, boy, if you don't say this right. Here we go.
Decorated pottery and had stone tools. Cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs were held. Y'all know a lot of that stuff comes from the Near East, okay? Wheat, sorghum, and barley were planted, okay? They were practicing agriculture. The and barley were that stuff comes from the Near East, okay? Wheat, sorghum, and barley were planted, okay?
Where Sargon come from? That definitely sounds like a southern crop, don't it? Let's go.
They were practicing agriculture. Down deep south, we're still like hunter gathering. Okay, goats and pigs were held. Wheat, hunter gathering. Down deep south, we're still like hunter gathering. Down deep south, we're still like hunter gathering. Okay, goats and pigs were held. Wheat. Okay, Marimbi people buried their dead within the settlement and produced clay figurines. Okay, you guys know about clay figurines and Shabbatis, and I mean, the first life-size Egyptian head made of clay comes from Marimbi. The first life-sized Egyptian head made of clay comes from Marimdi. Okay, these are early pre-dynastic cultures, right? We have the old Moriah culture. I'm gonna skip them. The Mahdi culture. Now we're getting closer.
That's the thing that burned me up right here, man. So the man got something up on the screen. The prisoners of the battlefield palette. Watch this. It's right there. It says the prisoners of the battlefield palette may be the people of Buto Merende. The culture subjugated by, let's see, what is the culture subjugated by? The Upper Egyptian. So the city that he's now talking about and claiming that this hunter gatherers deep in the south, hell, it's hunter gatherers all around that area during that time anyway. Like, let's stop it. It's 3,000, 4,000 BC. Stop it. Hunter gatherers in full effect. Stop it. Just stop it. This is the first serious, well organized polity. Hell, most of the planets in the grips of hunter gatherers. Anyway, if he looked at the daggone battlefield palette, it'll tell him knock it the F off. Because the city that he's talking about was subjugated by the Upper Egyptians and the material culture changed. Why? Because it got unified, right? Some say through a battle, Nakata, some say through Eastland, but the southern culture overtook the northern culture. King J, I'll beat you half to death in this. Be quiet, bro. Don't come in here stumbling, stammering with the halfway crook scholarship. I will beat you up. You know I'm absolutely right, bro. You know I'm right. Do not confuse the people. Anyway, it's right there. So either he's willfully doing it on purpose or he just not understand. I'm saying he don't drink him shit. I'm saying he don't know the look right there. He don't know. That's what I'm saying. He should not be in the conversation if he does not understand this simple fact.
4,000 to 3,500, coming up on the first dynasty, which is around 3,100 with Narmer. Just follow the dates in the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? In the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The math around 3,100 with Narmer. Just follow the dates in the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The Mapti culture, called Buto Mati, is the most important Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture dated about 4000 to 3500 BC. Where's it at? Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean. South, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean. There's Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean and the Levant. Okay? So lower Egyptian prehistoric culture, okay? Northern Egypt, okay? Dated about 4000 3500 BC and contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. Contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. Contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt.
What did that man just say prior to that, though? He said, math don't lie, but niggas will. So he must be the nigga that just lied. Because it clearly said on that screen, or maybe I'm tripping, that quote unquote hunter gatherer group of people that he was talking about is actually, look at the word, y'all, contemporary with Nakata 1 and 2 in Upper Egypt. Oh. Let's go back. See? Let's go back a little bit. Let's see. Just a little bit. Let's see what he said. Because niggas don't lie. No, niggas do lie, but math don't.
The Quata 1, about 4000 3500 BC. Northern Egyptian, Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture, okay? Northern Egyptian, okay? In from the Mediterranean and the Levant is north culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean and the Levant.
So he is using this to prove that a northern population coming in from the damn north from the Mediterranean, I'm saying, is older because they formed, and the southern population is hunter-gatherers, and he's trying to think that's the start of Egypt because he see the number 4,000. Man, listen, man. Numbers don't lie, but niggas will. And he's trying to make the point that Egyptian civilization and culture started in the damn north. He doesn't understand how northern cultural aspects is incorporated, like farming, into the quote unquote pharaonic kingdom. That there are things that don't disappear that was used in the unification of the formulation of Egypt. But he doesn't know it was a movement of culture and ideas from the south, kingship, all kind of things, animal husbandry that migrated to the daggone north and would defeat the northern kingdom to form one kingdom. Numbers don't lie, but drunks will.
Okay? So lower Egyptian prehistoric culture, okay? Northern Egyptian.
I think you heard the word prehistoric. It threw him. It threw him. It threw him. He heard the word prehistoric and he lost his mind.
Egypt, okay? Dated about 4000 3500 BC and contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. The culture is best known from the site Mati near where? Cairo, okay? As well as the site of Buto, okay? No, on down and down and down and down and down and down. So a lot of this stuff in drawings is also Mesopotamian influence.
Ain't no damn Mesopotamian influence right there. It's damn no, man. Listen, man, here. It's the battlefield palette. Let's get right to it, man. Believe he's dealing with the prehistory real quick, man. Let me get right there for y'all, man, real quick. Then we'll get the quick up and low real fast, right? And we'll go ahead and shit. I ain't gotta make this complicated. I'm gonna make this easy going and get it in and out. Hold on, y'all. Get y'all up here, man. Hear what y'all gotta say. I think I want to get to the population. Yeah, all right. Let me get to this article. And I want y'all to read all these damn articles too. It's important for y'all to read all these damn articles. Population history of Egypt, man. What you'll notice is in academia and modern day scholarship now, they're moving towards the southern population moving in the northerly direction. I talked about this 4 years ago, 5 years ago, with the clearly stating that the Egyptians was indigenous African people. From the Brooklyn Museum. If you're in New York, go to the Brooklyn Museum, and you'll see that what I'm saying is absolutely accurate. Right. So let me see if I can get right here real fast. God, I think is in this one, right? I think he was reading No, okay, I think he was reading prehistorical, right? Yeah, I think he was reading this right here. This was actually also read this too, right? Everything I'm saying is supported by the documentation. Let's come right here. Let me see if okay, right here. This is what he was reading, y'all. Right here. Okay? Make it bigger right there for y'all to see. All right? That's what he was looking at, right? Okay? He doesn't know what he's looking at. We don't see no Mesopotamian influence right here. I can take you to rock art that actually kind of the procession, the royal procession. It says prisoners on the battlefield may be people of where? Yo, this is what we talking about. Mobutu Madi culture, subjugated by the Egyptian rulers of what, y'all? Nakada. Nakada. Let me see if I can get that. Nakada. Huh. Let me see. Huh. Huh. Reflections. Reflections on the battlefield and Libyan booty palettes. The battlefield palette, yo. While he acting like it was hunter gatherers in the southern population, deep in the south, hunter gatherers. There's hunter gatherers all around the motherfucker. Like, come on, yo. We come to a paper by Mr. Edward. Archaeological exploration of the Nile Delta has produced evidence for an introduction of Nakado 2.1 in Upper Egypt culture at a number of sites in the eastern and central part of the Delta, including Tel Fakhara. All right, we'll read the rest of them. Let me get right here. It says the closest evidence for the arrival of the Nakada culture of Upper Egypt, see the arrival of the Upper Egyptians, derives from what is known as transitional layers. Talk about the strata now, the layers of dirt, where they start to find its archaeological sound. At Tel El Farah, in the Western Delta, the site of ancient Buto, the primitive capital of Lower Egypt, primitive capital of Lower Egypt, okay, which is what he's talking about, where he said they came in from the men and all that. According to later traditions, they say the two earlier layers at Telfar belong to the Lower Egyptian Butu Madi culture. The transitional layers still contain vessels of traditional Lower Egyptian type, but manufactured in a style of Middle Gizian pottery, Nakata 2. They say insofar as it is harder and produced a higher firing temperature. Thus, Nakata 2, the Upper Egyptian culture had arrived in Butu, one of the northernmost towns of Lower Egypt. So those hunter-gatherers arrived in Mobutu, the great city he's talking about, the Mediterranean. All that. Fragments of the true Nakata imports also appear in this level, but they become very common in higher levels of the stratified deposits. That's the different layers of dirt. It say an analysis of the relative quantities of northern and southern pottery types show a dramatic change within the late pre-dynastic period as portions of southern pottery, we're going to get into what southern pottery is in a minute, jumped from around 2% of the total to about 40% and then continued to rise until it constituted 99% in the strata of the late Nakata 3 day. Von Dewey believes the fact that the pottery of the lower Egyptians, which he keep calling Mediterranean people, they do have a high influx of that though, traditions was coming to an end, not abruptly, but gradually implied that the indigenous inhabitants of the Butu were neither expelled from their homelands nor that they were exterminated by invading of Egyptians, possibly which has been suggested in relation to the end of the Mati settlement, for instance. Okay. All they had to do was click the damn source. All they had to do was comprehend what the hell he was reading. That's all he had to do. But he didn't do it. But he did continue to read this. And he didn't comprehend it. Right here, he said it. He read this. The Madi culture, also known as Butu Madi culture, is the most important Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. He fell apart when he seen the word prehistoric. He's like, yes, the older, yeah, he thought the older was better. Dated about 4,000, 3,500 BCE and contemporary with Nakata, which is Upper Egypt. 1 and 2 in Upper Egypt. It say the culture is best known for the site Madadi near Cairo. Remember, Cairo is the beginning of Lower Egypt. It say as well as the site in Butu, but is also attested in many other places in the Delta. So it's up to the Fayum region. It say this culture was marked by the development of architecture and technology. Architecture and technology. It also followed its predecessor's culture when it comes to undecorated ceramics. So they're not even decorated ceramics. Watch this. Those who study start to see the clues. Copper was known, and some copper adzes have been found. It says pottery is handmade, okay, not fired on wheels. It say it is simple and undecorated. Okay, it goes on to say the presence of black top. We just read that, right? Black top red pots indicate contact with Nakata sites in the south. Many imported vessels from Palestine have also been found. Black basalt stone vessels were used. Goes on to say people lived in small huts. Right now, when you go to Naphtali, you'll see these. They had their dwellings was in neatly rows, like you like the block, neated out. Right? They say these people lived in small huts, partly dug into the ground. The dead were buried in ceramics, but with few burial goods. The Mati culture was replaced, boom, by an Nakata culture. Whether this happened by conquest or infiltration is still open for question. See, y'all can read the source right there. All right. He also ran across this same thing. He didn't know what the hell that was. He had no idea what the hell that was. He don't know what the battlefield palette is. If he'd have clicked on it, he would have seen possible prisoners, wounded men of the Butu Madi culture devoured by animals, while the ones he led by, it say, while one is led by a man in long dress, probably an Egyptian official. Them damn up Egyptians came and smoked them. Those hunter gatherers that he claimed. So let's see. Now we're cooking with hot grease, and now you're starting to see my damn point. I would like to start right here with clicking this on. Who the hell make black top red pottery? Wares. We call it wares. Let's see. Black top pottery. A specialized type of ancient Egyptian pottery. It became the main pottery of the Egyptian barbarian culture. Lord knows, don't click that on. Click that on, y'all can start falling apart. The Bardarian culture provides the earliest direct evidence of agriculture in Upper Egypt during the prehistoric era. And if I click it on, it's gonna start talking about the population, but I don't want to go there yet. Down to Nakata 1 and the middle Nakata 2 culture. The oldest finds are from Nubian archaeological sites, including Elephantine, right? And the island on the river Napata, Playa, in the Nubian desert, and Kerma in present-day Sudan. Remember, this man called Kermites the black people. Remember that? Let's play the black game. The black people got pots in Lower Egypt. The black people. The people with black people pots changed the culture of the Lower Egyptians to the tune of about 90% of their pottery. I feel like I'm talking from heaven somewhere. I think I'm talking from heaven. The black pots. The present-day Sudan, pots, is in Lower Egypt. The hunter-gatherers, fine pots. They call them people hunter-gatherers, yo. I think this man actually just hates being African, yo. And he despises being African-American. It has to be that at this point. Because I ain't doing nothing. You know, we say a pseudo always dies at the source. Man, it's this type of artifact dates predominantly to the pre-dynastic period, but a handful of examples made in early dynastic periods are known to exist. Come on, man. The earliest occurrence of blacktop pottery comes from Naphtali in the western desert of Egypt, dating 5,810 approximately. 80 years. It says, and is most commonly associated with pre-dynastic Upper Egypt. Black top wares was a predominant type of pottery associated with Bardarian culture and continues to be typical pottery produced during a Martian culture and the Kata 1 and Kata 2 periods in Upper Egypt. The technique continued to be used as late as 1802 in current modern-day Sudan. Take a look at it. And how long I've been talking about black top pottery, yo? King J, ooh, you gonna get beat up, boy. Anytime you side with Chief Exo, you know you getting beat up, bro. Get beat. This nigga, yo, you know what, King J? I realized your Egyptian knowledge is very weak, yo. I didn't know. I thought that was something you did. I thought you could do that a little bit. You can't. Now, and by the way, no one's saying pots actually for people. But it's mighty strange that hunter-gatherers is actually producing pots that we damn near replace the pot that's in Lower Egypt. But let's keep going here. Let's get back on track. We messed around and click that damn button. Right now we back here, right? So we got the battlefield plate that clearly shows where the source shows that the Upper Egyptian actually unified the country by overtaking Lower Egypt. Nobody actually disputes that in modern quote unquote archaeology. So let's go to Upper Egypt now. Let's talk about the population of Upper Egypt for those who run their fat lips, right? Make it simple. We don't feel like doing all this We just go straight to the damn history. Do not feel like playing with y'all. Let's go straight to the people then. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Man, and we don't do lookership. People in Upper Egypt, the hunter gatherer, deep in the south. The upper In Upper Egypt, the prehistoric Badarian culture was followed by a Nakata culture, being closely related to Lower Nubians. The ones the T-Fex say is the black people. I don't gotta play that clip door. Go back to previous shows. The Upper Egypt. In Upper Egypt, the prehistoric Badarian culture was followed by Nakata culture, being closely related to Lower Nubian, with some affinities with the other Northeast African. When we said that map, now I want you back to rely on that damn map. See, that's why they don't want you to say Northeast Africa, because those populations start to be more closely related. That's why they won't say it. They'd rather say Mediterranean Egypt than Northeast Africa, Egypt. Read this real slow for y'all. Was followed by an Akkadian culture being closely related to Lower Nubia with some affinities with the other Northeast African populations. Let me read it like Chief actually read it. The Upper Egypt, the pre-dynastic Badarian culture, was followed by an Akkadian culture being closely related to Lower Black population. With some affinities with Northeast Sub-Saharan African population. Oh, we read it, right? We Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, Egypt. We read all that. I didn't even stop playing. This is funny, yo. Coastal communities from the Maghreb, right? Some tropical African groups. I say again, some tropical African groups, right? And possible inhabitants of the Middle East. I'm going to say again, and possible inhabitants of the Middle East. We can go back to the archaeological finds when they first come in there, yo. They always talked about some people that look like they may have been from the Middle East. That is not shocking, nor is that surprising. That makes perfect goddamn sense. But it's like the palm trees. The farther you get away from Florida into Georgia, the less palm trees you see. So the South would represent getting away from the palm trees, which is symbolic of the Asiatics and Eurasians and Mediterranean. Now y'all see my point. Yeah. Now, let's see what mainstream scholarship has to say. Fight them. Mainstream scholars have situated the ethnicity and the origins of pre-dynastic southern Egypt as a foundational community primarily in Northeast Africa, which included the Sudan, tropical Africa, and the Sahara, while it's recognizing the population variability that became characteristic of the Pharaonic period. Pharaonic Egypt featured a physical gradation across the regional populations, with Upper Egyptians having shared more biological affinities with the Sudanese, right? Them palm trees, the Sudanese palm trees, right? The Upper Egyptians have shared more biological affinities with the Sudanese palm trees. You see it? The closer you get to Sudanese, to Sudan, you get more palm trees. So they're more closely related to them than the northern population. The northern population, right, closer to the northern regions, Mediterranean, right, are more closely related to them. Now you see the mixing of Nile Valley culture. But let us finish here. The Pharaonic Egypt featured a physical gradation across the regional population, with Upper Egyptians having shared more biological affinities with Sudanese and Southern African populations, whereas Lower Egyptians, here you go, had close genetic links to the Levant, Mediterranean, and population. So Chief X is right about the affinities of the Levantian and Mediterranean population, but he's wrong in applying to the whole goddamn thing. He's also wrong about the Nile being populated by people from the whole Nile being populated by people from Levantian Mediterranean. He's a wild guy for that. That means he does not understand. And goodness gracious, don't you dare let me read the position of international scholarship. In the view of the Egyptian scholar and editor UNESCO History of Africa 2, 1981, Mukhtar, Upper Egyptian Nubia held similar ethnic compositions with comparable material culture. Mukhtar described a notable difference between the communities of Upper Egyptians having adopted systems of writing earlier due to exogenesis of the Nile Valley, whilst the Nubian counterparts were more recent due to their higher reliance on mobile stock raising as express feature of their community. They had mobile communities, man. All right, with them daggone quote unquote with the cattle culture. All right. So I'm gonna stop right there. Made my point. I don't want to overdo it. Nope. Drop that link right now. How much time we got? And I ain't sitting up here arguing with y'all. If you come up here talking that talk, yo, you better show that damn source, yo. I'm telling you. Man, hit the Cash App, man. Show some love in here today. All right? Y'all guys show some love. I gotta keep pushing this because y'all be playing. And so the conversation is, Chief X, did the Egyptians come from the north? I'm saying nah, they come from the south. The culture that would win out at the end of the day would be the southern population, the culture. Southern population more closely related to Nubians and Northeast African populations, and that northern population would be more closely related in the Delta regions to that. Go ahead, just show your source right away, King J. Don't talk to me. Don't talk. Don't say nothing. Don't start off with the source or give me the source to look up. I'm not playing with you, King J. Had to shoot you up first. Let me shoot you first. What's up, bro? How you doing, King J? What's good, man?
I'm good. I'm good. So I mean, I see what you presented. I mean, you presented both sides. I'm just trying to see where
All right, go ahead.
you're saying the so you're saying basically the culture of the Egyptians is the culture of the South and not the North. Is that basically the contention you're having with?
No, you actually have several policies in the Nile Valley. I
Mm-hmm.
think you're set enough to know that. I can
Mm-hmm.
bring it back. They're all separate policies. In the earliest of days, they got separate things going on, right? They have they have similar signs and symbols because they've taken it from the natural world around, right?
Iconography for sure.
Iconography, right? That's the correct word. But then when you start to get pharaonic time, there seems to be a movement of culture towards the north that will some say it was a battle, some say it was just a hell of a cultural shift, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the things from the southern region, like kingships and all that, and symbols will start to invade the north and will unify. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I read. I'm not adding nothing to it. I'm not making them black people. I'm not saying none of that, dog. But we know the southern populations are normally darker than the southern than the northern populations based off of the UVA radiation. That just makes sense. That doesn't make you more African because you live in more radiation. It doesn't make you less African because you this or that or lighter. That's another obstacle that we gotta conquer. But I'm just saying the southern population, okay, they coalesce with Nubian population and Nilotic population. You know, I got the source, right? At the end of the day, I would say that culture went out. Now you hear Dr. Benham say they came from the. That's why I say they come from the South and all that. Hell, they messed it up a lot. They had a whole population of people moving. That's not true, yo.
So,
Yeah, that's wild. That was wild. They want to know, come on, yo. They overdid. But it's okay though. We here to straighten it out, yo. That's all I'm saying. And you, out of everybody, you got all the keys. You know what you're saying. You saying it.
I'm yeah. So this the black top party went with you when I was like, that's not a good example, is because
Or not?
so the black top pottery was used in the South. In the North, the Mighty Butu culture had their own pottery called Mighty ware.
From Mediterranean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
but
I agree.
but when they unified,
Mhm.
the black top pottery kind of went out of use by the time like the first dynasty. The Southerner elites actually liked it. I'm sorry, the wavy handled jars of
Like
the yeah,
so
because
they
it was
switched
easy.
back.
It was easier for beer and wine for them to care. So they kind of switched to that. It's called D-ware. So
Yeah, the wavy handle
yes,
pop. So
yes,
you saying they switched back, although the culture overtook it and then okay, I can live with that. You should probably get a source so we can read it, but I am totally
for sure.
familiar with
Yeah,
the wavy handle pottery, which is
yeah,
different from the wavy line pottery.
for sure, for sure.
It's like the Saharian pottery with you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so that southern population really got like a grinding stone
yes, yes.
culture, you know what I mean, a Sogon and stuff
Mm-hmm,
like that.
mm-hmm,
Northern
mm-hmm.
population, they integrate
Yes,
whole variety of wild grains from Asia,
yes.
bringing in some say they don't even have words from Asia for farming, right? So that means actually in the Fayum and stuff like that, they already had an indigenous system of farming, right? And it seemed that these people from southern
Mm-hmm,
Western Asia come in and they may have like a better way of doing something. And like anybody, if we both tricking our cars out, right? You
mm-hmm.
say, yo, I got a better way to lift that. I'm not gonna say, nigga, I ain't gonna do it because you from
Right,
there.
right,
No,
right.
I'm gonna say, shit, let me incorporate it to what I'm
Incorporate
doing.
for
So
sure.
people don't understand that they now valianized it, the
Mm-hmm,
farming situation. People don't
mm-hmm.
get that. It's okay for people to bring stuff in. That's why I don't understand why people don't get people on the other side, bro. They act like that I'm not gonna take the best thing.
Right. Yep, that's
If
what
you
they
got a
did.
better way of shooting a jump shot in your neighborhood where you hold it a little bit longer, like remember Jordan came in with the back down package? And
Mm-hmm.
everybody started incorporating the back down package. Yo,
Barkley. Yeah.
Kobe did the back down, but it wasn't Jordan back down. It was Kobe. He packaged it in Jordan's thing.
Yeah.
His
Yeah. Yeah.
footwork was a
Yeah.
little bit different. You can say this is all Kobe back down package, but,
Mm-hmm.
but Jordan was the first to do it. So just like in the Nile Valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
They incorporated things from Khartoum in the south, in
Yeah.
Nubia,
Yeah.
in Egypt, because it just was better way of doing things. The
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
microliths. Epidote starts in Epidote. Matter of fact, the first industry comes from the South. That's the microlith industry. It gave them, they have a surplus of money. That's why they had to head start on that guy there going north. They had a
Mm-hmm.
surplus of money because they could trade these microliths. You know, I
No.
got to post everything I say, yo, because I'm
No.
staying
No.
up. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
waking up early reading.
you know what you're talking about. I'm just. It's like y'all. It's really just a minor technical. Y'all arguing just nuances, kind of. You know, which culture is more influential? I would just say it's a combination of both cultures because they got a lot from the north, a lot from the south. It's just a now
Different things,
valley thing.
different things.
Yeah.
But the South won the war.
So look. To me, I would argue that the South is more warlike. The South, when you make that point the other day about the extremes and the
Mm-hmm.
cold and the deserts in the South,
Mm-hmm.
we see that the Fayum area in the North seems to be a more tropical area. They're not as warlike as the Southern. It seems like. Would you make
Well,
that argument?
I don't know. I tell you what, we know them Negroes was warlike.
In the South.
Yeah, they were so serious. So the Egyptians say, "Shit, yo, y'all gonna do the fighting, yo, y'all the war." They had the better weaponry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They invented the bow 7,000 BCE. You know, yo, that's like the only people. It's like y'all got knives, right? And I rolled up in jail with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick y'all apart. Man, they
Mm-hmm.
was throwing rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And throwing spears. And the Nubians had the long range bow,
Mm-hmm.
biting out your eyeballs. The Arabs couldn't even conquer them, yo.
I
They couldn't
smiley.
get close to them. The eye spider, they were hitting them in the eye.
They ain't want no smoke.
They
Hey,
ain't
but
want no smoke.
quick question, because I need to do more study on this too.
Okay.
But the Kushtao kings, right? Even before Narmer and all that, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What have you did any studies on
Yeah.
Kushtao? And
Yeah,
okay.
we can read. We can read. Hold on, bro. You know me. Look. I'm gonna show you something. Everything, any matter of fact, if I started showing those damn sources, right, you would see it.
Mm,
You would say, damn, this nigga got the sources. That's what
for
I
sure,
do.
for sure, for sure.
Here you go, cool style. Here you go. Look.
Your name it. Okay, okay.
See, archaeological survey. It's cool style.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Institute, Nubian Expedition 3, Nubian Expedition 5, excavation between Abu Simbel and Sudan frontier. The A group Royal Cemetery, cool style. Here you go. Cool style.
A group,
A group,
for
baby.
sure, for sure, for
Yeah, ain't
sure.
nobody
Yeah,
tell me about nothing.
yeah.
Right here, here's another source used. Go ahead, you can go ahead and say something. I'm gonna show you another source. Go ahead, though.
No, so I was just asking, do you thinking so that Narmer Confederation they may have went to there first before coming to the south to the north? Like they went to and conquered Kustal, and then they went to the north.
Well, they found more evidence of the earliest iconography of that white crown. They
Right
found
crown,
it in they found it in Aswan.
right there. Yeah, right there about it.
Now, right,
Tassetti.
so that's all right there, Tar City.
Yeah, yeah, right there.
Yeah. So they had the
Mhm.
niggas with the bowls. They had the best of both worlds at this point.
That's why they got. That's why they did that Aswan Dam right there. It had to be so much information right there.
I
That
know, yo. You know what, yo? I stay
I'm.
away from that, yo. But it's wild. They had
Mm-hmm.
more political sway in modern times to build that damn dam right there. But at a certain point, yo, the water is more important than some artifacts, huh? I guess. They just grabbed all that shit out of there real quick as fast as they could. It's horrible, bro.
Yeah,
The shit that really matter is underwater.
underwater.
You go figure that. Yo, go think about that, yo. Being
Yeah.
washed down the river. That's hey yo,
Mhm.
that's crazy. I'm not gonna put the conspiracy on. I'm not one to do it, but boy, I tell you.
It sounds like it. I mean, that's some
So
good.
much underwater, yo.
Yeah.
Now,
But
go ahead.
no, I'm with you though. I just be on some.
Now
I'm
you be
definitely
on.
with.
Now I read what you said. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You talking about the parts the Chief X got right, but he don't even know he got the parts right. He just hollering and screaming at people,
Yeah,
right?
he on some other shit with that North African shit though.
Oh
That,
wow, yeah, he's
yeah,
crazy. See, this
that's
is another source that you find in Wikipedia. Oh, look, remember this name, William Stybring. All right, so now I got all the sources now.
definitely
Wikipedia.
good.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, see, that's that shit right there. Yeah,
I need that. I think I got the PDF.
you need that. You know what they say in this book? Ancient Near East History and Culture. He said he don't even know why he talking about Egypt in his book. He said that's part of the racism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they got a whole section right here on Egypt. That's how it was back in the day. Yo, they hit you with the Middle Eastern, Near Eastern studies, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Kill you with that. They definitely kill you with that. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you gotta be well rounded.
Yeah, you gotta be well rounded. You gotta, you know what I mean? Like I've been doing this for a minute as far as just collecting sources, and then it just take you time to really hold on. I see somebody just came in. Hold on, let me get here though. It take time to really know what you're reading though. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you first read the shit, if you don't black out the time, you're gonna be super confused, yo.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Trying to
done.
make everybody black.
Yeah, you didn't black the whole world out at that point, yo. Then you really get confused. If you take the blackality out of it, yo, then you can understand human populations and
I'm
how
biased, man.
having brown and dark skin in Egypt doesn't make a West African Egyptian. You get it? Yeah, this is a different. It's a whole different. Right here, this is called the Egypt to the end of the Old Kingdom, and then they give you the whole thing, and it shows you Diop's place in this.
Okay.
Right here. All right, see, right.
Debating the evidence, race and ethnicity of ancient Egypt, page
Yeah,
161.
yeah, yo, it give you the whole. I'm gonna do the next show. I'm gonna do all that because it give you the whole. Uh,
I need that.
it give you the whole Diop's role he played in it. You know, all the experts I talked to over time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the time, yo, they talk about the role that the black scholars played in changing the position. Like modern scholars have to study Diops and them. They have to. That's part of their coursework in Egyptology, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it helps you familiarize yourself with it. It wasn't like Diop and them was coming in like buffoons. You get it?
Right.
It wasn't like Dr. Ben was just a nut. Got a lot of stuff wrong, yo. Bro. He was handwriting his books,
Mm-hmm.
right? But those early, they call them Afrocentrics, right? Those early people, right? Remember I told you they was pushing for science and science literacy to understand through academia, right? And I'm telling you now, yo, that the field has officially changed, yo. Y'all remember when I did that show, Brooklyn Museum? That was like one of the first times that they was even using the word African in the goddamn museums. They used it for Diops at the Met, right? And in the Brooklyn Museum, that's that new thing I was getting. Chief X was on the show. We end up cussing each other out, and I kicked him off the show because he was saying Cairo. He was saying the same thing, bro. That Cairo is the start of it, all that. He didn't understand. I say, bro. He told me, he took, matter of fact, I made him take his video down. No, he took it down because he was wrong, right? About the Sahara and all that. But what's up, Suntan? How you doing, bro? What's good with you?
What's going on? What's up, King J? I got a bone to pick with you.
Wow.
What's good, family?
I got a bone to pick with you,
What's up? I'm listening to you.
All right, here we go. Here we go. When you know I respect you, I respect your scholarship and all of that, right? I gotta say that first. Because when you know you're doing your thing, I go do my research and I come up with a couple of good Wikipedia sources and commentary. And you straight, when it went against you, you straight said I got it from Facebook. You know, like kind of.
No, I didn't. I said I agree with you. Remember, I said okay.
You said I got it from Facebook. Then I did another one, and you said, "Dang, Sanchez, you got another one from Facebook." And I seen some people in the chat from your room talking about he got that from Facebook.
I know, but I realized that it was the same thing from Wikipedia. Actually, you got it like somebody took it from Wikipedia and put it directly on Facebook.
Yeah, but that's the point. I don't mess with Facebook when I'm dealing with scholarship.
Okay, but I realized it was Wikipedia article, and I said,
yeah, okay.
But it didn't. Hold on. But it didn't go against me. It supported me. It didn't actually go against me. It supported me. But keep going.
Yeah, well, all I'm just saying is, I'm not no scholar. I'm just a researcher, and I'm very teachable. So you come with stuff that's relatable and that's real, that stuff that happened. Mm-hmm. People want to play me for Suntan is the Christian. He's fronting a Christian. Hey man, listen to who listening now. I was a Christian and I had to move above that, right? So I'm gonna always have my bias because it's within me. But I have moved along from Christian once I found out that the Egyptians and everybody was here before this Abrahamic faith, man. I didn't know that.
Chronology.
Yeah, all my chronology. That's how I learned through my life, through coming through the conscious community. So if I, that, and I'm glad they could see that I made a change from the knowledge that I have obtained. And that's what you authority on somebody learning and being able to change. See, you authority on that. When you get
you ain't lying.
Blocked if somebody can't learn.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's my
I see the growth, but I don't knock you for believing. That's crazy, bro.
Right.
Because what I'm talking about don't require you to not be a Christian. Right. And it does not require you to believe anything. It requires you to read and study and comprehend what the hell you read. You get it? That's it.
That's the bottom line.
Bottom line, bro.
My thing is this, and this ain't toward you. And the chat is gonna always be the chat, right? They're gonna always come on out and say what they want to say, but they got to learn from stuff just like I had to learn from it, right?
Yeah.
My transition from Christianity, and I'm not Kemet. I don't believe in all of that stuff that they was doing, but I do understand they was here first with that spirituality, right? So, and I'll leave it at this. I don't find out why they can't find it in their hearts to see that it's chronology and that bunny hop Egypt to get to the Abrahamic faith. They don't know that. You know, monotheism came out of Egypt.
Yep, some of it. Yep.
It was what I'm saying. It was polytheism first. They had different gods and different deities. Yep. But once monotheism came, then the Europeans bunny hopped that and they made it what they wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
I got some papers right here on some, like I said, some black not prophets, but some black scholars who was, you know, reading off these things. So you go ahead, Unc, and keep teaching, because you know what I find interesting, I research. I just don't listen to nobody and just pick, you know, follow behind them on the chain. And you know, you're just putting it the way it's supposed to be. What I'm saying is science, because it's unrefutable. Unless you go, I'll tell you how I can refute you, and I'm gonna leave it there. If you tell me something and I did an experiment and it turned out better. How about that? If I did experiment on what you said on some sort of metamorphosis of some project, and mine came out a little better, and I say, Unc, I didn't did the experiment, and you wouldn't do nothing but agree, because science only updates itself.
Yeah. I mean, I learned something. I'm
That's
saying
it.
when you tear my work down, not with pseudoisms though. See,
Right.
that's when I get frustrated.
Right.
When you tear my work down with religion and pseudoism, that's when you see me losing my damn mind. Because then the people gonna always lean more to spiritual matters and belief, because that's the way our Homo sapien brain was forged in the Stone Age, right? It's part of the evolutionary process, right?
Right.
And the person convincing the crowd of that be outright lying and disingenuous. I'm not sitting up here lying and being disingenuous. I know it's going to always play out, like the debate with Inky. I knew, right, that people would pick up if I keep repeating it, keep showing you, and then you go look, you will see, man, this nigga said that a theory has to be complete. Then you realize that ain't what the real world say. That ain't what the science say. The science says it's always open. And then your mind say, oh shit, it has to be open to give more ideas. See? And you get it.
Who looked it up?
You.
Well, no, I definitely did, because I went, and the word was refinement.
That's
you. Yo, I can tell you, Suntan, right? Figured that shit out. I promise he did. It's some areas, King J, that I learned from you in that debate. Like the guy, what's his name? Shoot, you know the guy name. Wiseman. I said, damn, how I missed that all these years. You made me go dig into Wiseman, right? But the way you presented Wiseman was wrong, right? But I was wrong because I didn't even know Wiseman. Right. And I'm saying, see how we grew out of that? He was like, and I went and did the read. He was like, hold on, yeah. And we was like, oh, shoot. See how we all grew from that experience, bro?
Right.
That's what it's about, yo.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It just seemed like I know everything because I've been doing it for so long. My face been here for so long, right? I use science, right? But man, I'm growing from everybody every day, bro.
That's what life is about.
That's my superpower. See, that's my superpower, though.
Yeah, that's what
that's
life
my superpower.
About. You know what I'm saying? Life about what you just said.
Yeah, it's my superpower right there. And I don't care about being wrong.
Life about learning,
as a scientist, yo, being wrong is when you learn something. Yeah, I might talk crazy. I'm gonna get mad. I'm human like everybody else. I might get upset
because you're human. You're Homo sapien. You're Homo sapien. But that's all right.
Oh yeah. So this is a serious book right here, though. Right? It reiterates my daggone point about the Upper Egypt taking Lower Egypt, right?
Can you leave it on that palette, on that page with the palettes, because that's what I want to talk about right now. You want
to talk about this one? This is the war.
Yeah, right there.
It's not the battlefield one. That's the normal one, providing source material on how they was beating up the northern Egyptians.
Hey, Sakina, let me stop you for a minute. I'm kind of interested. Why are you interested in war?
Because I love studying war.
I was asking Sakina Rod.
Well, it's not about the war. I want to get into two things, because what Chief X was trying to explain on this palette was this is Namer. And on this palette, if you blow it up a little bit, the person that Namer is holding by the head is actually Happy. Right?
Is that a Sumerian?
No, listen to me. Happy is actually a person, right?
Oh, you made that up, yo. What you talking about, King?
You can tell by, listen, I have the dictionaries and I also have references. So Happy is actually See, a person in Egypt, he was also a pharaoh. You can tell by this is his crown above his head. So that's Hapi's crown.
He got the white crown.
That crown with the feathers on top of it, that's Hapi's crown. That's Namer's
The Chief X wasn't talking about this one though.
no, so this is Namer's thing. Whatever
Yeah,
that
but Chief X wasn't talking about that one though.
okay, and that's Namer's double crown. And
You
that's
hear me?
Namer's,
Do
yes,
you
this
hear
is
me?
Namer's double
No,
crown.
what I say, Zakina?
Excuse me, sir.
I said Chief X was not talking about this one. He was
Okay,
talking about the
what
battlefield.
I'm trying to tell you is
What
the
you trying to tell me?
difference between the two palettes is Namer unified.
That's one palette. That's one palette right there.
Okay, Namer unified the Nile, both sides of the Nile. Scorpion unified the land.
What?
Scorpion has a hoe because Scorpion was a farmer. He unified the land. Scorpion, when you look up the palette, if you pull up the
I know,
palette,
but make it coherent in what we talking about.
all right, because if Scorpion unified the land, Upper and Lower Egypt, Upper and Lower Kemet, as in the land, and Namer unified Upper and Lower the Nile. This is two different things. When you going up and down the Africa,
y'all Chief X is talking about right here, the battlefield palette.
Right, y'all talking about going up and down Egypt. No, they went up and down the Nile, Africa.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Kemet is one place, Canaan is one place, and Egypt is another. So when they went up and down the Nile, they didn't go up and down one place. They went up and down the Nile. Geographically, we have to get out of they went up and down the whole Nile. So when you look at it, 300 years, they reigned up and down the Nile, right? You look at all the ports, all the areas from Wasseret.
I know what you trying to say though. I'm confused.
So what are you not getting, Ankh?
What?
If they went from one side, both sides of the Nile, from one side to the other.
Okay.
We're going east and west, but we're also going north and south, up and down the Nile.
I know. What they got to do with the whole conversation of the northern Mediterranean Egyptians?
When he's saying
no, stop. He not saying nothing because he wasn't talking about this. That's the Norman's palette. He was talking about. He wasn't even talking about the battlefield palette. It was sitting in his face. He didn't know it.
Listen, what he said was, how did he do two things at once? If
no, who said that, yo? Who said that?
What he said was
no. Who?
Chief X.
He didn't say nothing. I can play the clip.
Okay, play the clip, please.
Yeah, I brought this up. He's wild. He ain't saying nothing.
Okay, well, one of y'all said it. That's why I said
one of y'all ain't said nothing. I was going off with Chief X. This is crazy, yo. Chief X is funny guy. Here you go.
Because the difference was in the palette. That's what I'm saying.
The Nile River and all the way down. Okay, so, but this was a northern Egyptian culture because that's where they began. So that's why having the title is they came from the north. And when I say they came from the north, I'm talking about pre-dynastic times, before a nation state formed. Okay, they had to populate the area enough to form a nation state. So these are periods from 5,000 to 4,200 where they're populating the Nile, along the Nile. Okay, just follow me. From about 5,000 to 4,200 BC, the Merimdi culture, so far known from Merimdi, Benai, a large settlement site at the edge of what? The Delta. It flourished where? In Lower Egypt, which is northern Egypt, by the Delta. The culture has strong connections with the Fayum A culture, which we're going to read briefly on, as well as the what? The Levant. Okay? So when I say it started from the north, follow me. These cultures came in from the north, populating it all the way down to the south. First. Then later, after population,
Just a quick one. He making it seem like it was like a replacement population. Anybody migrating from the Middle East, Eurasia, runs into an already existing population. Like I said, there wasn't a replacement population that goes for both sides. It was always running into people. The replacement population occurs in damn America, where Europeans and Africans, right, enslaved, come over here and replace the indigenous population. The numbers fell apart, dwindled down to nothing. That never happened in the Nile Valley. It didn't happen when people invaded. Like people try to say the modern population ain't connected to the ancient Egyptians. That's a lie. It didn't go nowhere. Run nowhere. Ran to Kenya somewhere and replaced it. Didn't happen. When the back migration occurred, it didn't chase the indigenous population out. It didn't happen. It just didn't. Let me finish. He's about to get you the battle. Hold on. He's about to get you what you think he's talking about.
armor united Upper and Lower Egypt into the one land. But the people populated first coming down from the Mediterranean. So let's go. People lived in small huts, produced a simple, undecorated pottery, and had stone tools. Cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs were held. Y'all know a lot of that stuff comes from the Near East, okay? Wheat, sorghum, and barley were planted, okay? They were practicing agriculture. Down deep, deep, deep south, we're still like hunter gathering.
He's just saying any damn thing. Oh my God, he's saying anything, yo. They practicing hunter gatherer. Man, come on, yo. He don't even understand hunter gatherer tribes. How they go? You don't understand none of that. Take a course on hunter gatherer tribes. So that'll get you a better understanding of Nile Valley culture when they transition. A lot of times we're Nile centric. You got outside populations in the western eastern deserts that you would consider hunter gatherers. Like, look at the time period we talked about, man. You can still find hunter gatherers today. So if you can still find hunter gatherer populations today on Earth, you could find a whole lot of hunter gatherers at 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 BCE. It's only two areas in particular that go through that revolution, that Neolithic revolution, and that's in Nubia, Egypt, Mesopotamia areas. Outside of that, everybody they not doing that. They're
Right.
not doing that.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
No, 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 no. But he wasn't talking about that.
Okay,
That's
but
when I
that's
was.
what I'm talking about.
Okay, but now this is when this pallet come on here.
Skip
He
them. The
uh,
Mahdi culture. Now
see
we're getting closer. As you see, this one, the Marendi, was from 5,000 to 4,200. Now we're going to the Mahdi 200, which picks up from 4,000 to 3,500, coming up on the first dynasty, which is around 3,100 with Narmer. Just follow the dates in the chronology. Math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The Mahdi code, math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The Mahdi, math don't lie, niggas do. Okay? The Mahdi culture, called Buto Mahdi, is the most important Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture dated about 4,000 to 3,500 BC. Where's it at? Lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. So before they were further south, they were always north and coming in from the Mediterranean and the Levant. Okay? So excuse me, lower Egyptian prehistoric culture. Okay? Northern Egypt. Okay? Dated about 4,000, 3,500 BC and contemporary with Naquata 1 and 2 phases in Upper Egypt. The culture is best known from the site Mati near where? Cairo. Okay? As well as the site of Buto. Okay? No, 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 on down and down and down and down and down and down. So a lot of this stuff in drawings is also Mesopotamian influence. More Middle East shit.
Yeah, he just saying any damn thing.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
this
he
guy
just
creeped
made that
me
shit
out.
up right there. That ain't good. Come on. That's the daggone. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, what the hell are we doing, yo? Where the hell is the Mesopotamian influence on this particular path? This is both sides. All right. Matter of fact, you can go into rock art in the Sahara and find similar things. I'm not trying to say it walked out to Sahara and made that. That's not what I'm saying. But you can see these ideas starting to foster. All right. This ain't no Mesopotamian influence nowhere on this particular one. There are other ones where you can see. That's not an issue. Hell, just because I got China in my closet don't mean I'm Chinese. Just like I got a Buddha statue in my house. I'm now Buddha.
Right.
That don't even make no damn sense. Crazy. Craziest thing ever, yo.
Can
Like,
I
We
ask
just
a
talking.
question real quick too?
Yeah, get the question and go to the next person. Go ahead.
My question is because now this is kind of wild, so don't even say that. Okay, because everybody's this gonna go there with your thing with whatever is Sanchez.
Yeah, that
Because
guy wild too.
China is supposed to be upside down under America, right?
What?
Okay,
I don't
that's
know.
why I told you it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, you gotta stop listening to that man. That man taking
Okay, so
time off your life, yo.
listen, even if we go around the world and China upside down under us, so they say.
What?
How's Africa not?
You
That's
can't
what I'm
say
trying
that.
to say. Listen here.
Oh,
Just ride with me. Just ride with me.
I
Hold
can't
on.
ride with you. The tires is busted. You on the rims.
Okay, but even if you got to go around the world, because even when we travel,
What?
anybody, listen here, you done flew, everybody done flew, you done trained, plane, automobiles, you done had to ride around corners and around mountains, you done rode around a roundabout way. This is like the conversation.
Right.
It's a roundabout all three answers, and then I'm gonna stick with that answer, and I'm gonna see who wins. So in a roundabout way, it's all three, right? So if we go around about to get to China, right? How do you not end up in Africa the same way?
Let me say this real quick. He said it ain't no gravity.
Right, and he was in the Air Force, so I don't even want to hear that. My brother was in the Air Force.
That's why I can't listen to that guy.
I don't want to hear about a man that say ain't no gravity and it was in the Air Force. So I'm done with that.
Yeah, I don't get that. So I can't listen to him. I'm sorry, I can't listen to your guy. Eat him up, please.
Hey, Ankh, I just want to know. I'm gonna mute back out. I just want to know if I can chime in after Suntan and the sister Bill.
No, I'm done.
Go ahead right now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I just had a quick question. So on that Norma's palette.
Before you ask that question, hold on. I just wanted to show people that in that book entitled Middle East, right, is debating the evidence, race, and ethnicity, right? And in this book, he jumps out the gate. It is against such explicitly racist views that figures like Sheikh Diop in 1960 introduced the idea that Egypt is essentially a Black African civilization. Diop's 1974. His ideas started a movement called Afrocentrism, to contrast the Eurocentrism of European and American scholars. And that's a different source right there. I just wanted to show you that they teach this in the up-to-date books. They talk about this shit now. All right? I just want to let y'all know that. Now go ahead and ask your question, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks, Ankh. So during that one palette that y'all showed, the Narma's palette, was that the when Narma was smiting the guy? Was that Narma smiting some the people called the Wesh from the Delta region?
Yeah. The Mabuti, all them cities the Chief X claimed the original Egyptians come from, they beat shit out of them. Yeah.
But not Mesh West. Not Mesh West, no. Not Mesh West.
No. Correct me, King J. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm a mute. Correct me.
No, you asked were they the mesh. So I was not
from the Delta region.
Yeah, that's in the Delta region. Mabutu and all that's in that area. What you talking about?
He's talking about a Pacific Libyan tribe, though.
Oh, I don't know about. No, I ain't fighting against the Libyans there. They fight against the unifying up in Lower Egypt. It's unifying. That's what it is.
Yeah. So
Fighting against North, they fighting against people living in the northern part of the country, yo.
yeah,
The
yeah. So
Messiah, the Peles, those tribes, they don't come till later.
All right, but I'm
I got you.
just
I
for
got you,
general
King J.
understanding, they fighting against people in Lower Egypt. You get it?
So
Remember, Lower Egypt is ethnically different
Right.
than Upper Egypt. I want y'all to know that, and y'all know I got the source.
Them Arabs, right on.
but
No,
but
hell no,
no,
you
no, no,
funny.
no, no,
No,
no,
no
Huh?
Arab
no,
shit.
no,
No Arab
no.
shit.
Okay.
No.
So this is another question for Aunt too.
Mm.
So you know how, like, okay, coming from America, how we fight with our brothers up in the hood. So here's the thing here. 9 times out of 10, when you go in the back and you go into war with the people, those are gonna be the people, not necessarily the same, how can I say? I would say the same people, but different culture. But the original Kemetic people, if I'm not mistaken, they migrated from the south and out the greens interiors of Africa, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It's right here. Here, look. They didn't all nothing. The Chief X, rightly, he actually showed you populations that was he talked about a northern population. He just mischaracterized the shit.
Uh-huh.
So right here, this is a map of Egypt. A, B, C, and D. The different time periods right
Got
here.
you. Got
Okay.
you.
So they migrate from different areas within Egypt to the Nile. So by the time you get to map D, you see they fully functional on the river because it's white spots right there where you have, let's say, refuges, right, of people there, but it's not a lot.
Right.
Okay, so they migrate from the Sahara in the northern region and from the Sahara in the western southern Egypt to the Nile.
This is AHP,
What you mean?
So
uh, area Holocene P.
Yes. The Holocene. Yes. Remember,
so
I talked
so
about the guy that helped write this book. I talked about the guy who actually did the work. So this is
my
some of
bad,
his work
my
right here.
bad,
So,
King J.
so it's not just a population from.
Right quick.
Listen,
Are you
hold
showing
on. I'm just saying.
migrational patterns? I just want
Yes,
to make sure.
yes. I'm showing
Okay,
you the
cool,
red
cool, cool,
dots.
cool.
The red dots represent. See right here, red dots indicate major occupation areas. White dots
Basically,
indicate
migration.
isolated settlement areas,
Mhm.
and how they
Basically,
migrate
I'm
back
sorry.
and forth in and out of Sahara. You get it?
Yeah.
So it's not just we learned it, they all came, the population came out the south and populated the north. That's not true. There's a population in the north in the Green Sahara, and they just go to they get. Why would I walk all the way down south and then make a left back up the river? That's crazy. We just trying to
It
get
don't
you
make
some water,
sense.
yo.
It don't
Right,
make sense.
right. But it's still in Africa though. Simple as that.
Gotcha.
And they migrating towards the Nile in the northern area, in the southern area. They all trying to get you some damn water, no matter what African Americans say. And the
Okay,
quickest
gotcha.
way to
So
the water is up there. And look, they got the longitude and latitude on this motherfucker, yo. All you gotta do is do that 24th parallel. Look,
I
every
see it
parallel.
down there.
Yeah, you can
I
just do the
see it down
longitude
there.
and latitude and shut everybody up. Like that's why, yo, I just get frustrated because we act like we didn't go to school. The average African American is intelligent and went to damn school. And your teacher would literally cuss you out if they see you on YouTube saying half the stuff you say. They say, boy, I told you about longitude and latitude. Use your longitude and latitude and see where see where the red dot falls on the longitude and latitude and see where that's at in relation to the Nile River. It's just that simple. We all learned it. We may have forgotten it, those who got a high school education, because we work jobs, we don't do it. And now I'm bringing it back up. You're saying, what the hell this man talked about? Yeah, it's called longitude and latitude. Will clearly show you that one, Egypt is located in Northeast Africa, no matter what a person sells their mouth, it's in the far east corner of North Africa. Then they call it Northeast Africa. Sudan, where is that located? Longitude, latitude. You can actually figure it out. But the charlatan, the con man, the one that's trying to scam you out your intellectual property won't say none of the stuff I'm saying because they then know you can actually go to a map and identify exactly where those populations is on this map by using longitude and latitude, and know exactly where Egypt fits at by using longitude and latitude, and can look exactly where Sudan fits, longitude and latitude, and you can figure out for yourself where the hell they at. See what I'm saying?
Hey, Unc, I got a question for you. What was
Got
the
you.
Arab
Thanks, Doc. Thanks.
conquest? When was the Arab conquest in Lower Egypt?
Huh?
When was the Arab conquest in Lower Egypt? Was it in 639 CE?
Yeah,
AD.
the Arab. Yeah, AD time. Yeah, they came in
Okay.
with elites and ruling class. They didn't bring their whole population with them. The population dribble in.
No, that's why I had made that statement at first. But you talk, I got to deal with chronology. So
You have to.
keep talking.
Yeah, you got to deal with.
I knew it was Arabs in Lower Egypt. I just didn't know the time.
Yeah, but they bring in their culture though. That's the most important thing. They bring in their culture.
Right. I mean, that's when they take over. When you bring your culture, you taking over.
Yeah, you took over. like the Upper Egyptian brought their culture in. You had a Northern Egyptian culture and a Southern Egyptian culture, and the Southern Egyptian culture went up. That's all. Okay. Now, the Northern Egyptian culture is more related to the Southern Egyptian culture because they're in the Nile Valley and they're seeing the same catfish. The catfish don't change because it's in Southern Egypt and go down the river and end up in the car. It's a different catfish now.
It's interesting, man. But see, that's the problem.
We just learned it wrong, yo. We learned it from, first of all, we learned it from older people fighting against racism, white supremacy for real. For real, it was they was literally saying what Chief X is saying. Right. That the population come from the north, that they Caucasian. All the stuff you hear this man say, then they said the Nubians was black. And you know what I'm saying? So if we just took a simple like this right here, yo, the white people, yo, right? And you do this, it tell you, and you look at the history of it, you click on the history of it, the racial hierarchy, right? All right, racial hierarchy is say the term white race or white people entered the major European language in the later 17th century, originating in the racialization of slavery at the time. It's in the context of the Atlantic slave trade and the enslavement of indigenous people in the Spanish Empire. What the fuck is we talking about, yo?
Well, good. So since you pulled that up, let's rock with this because
don't change.
I'm not picking on you, Suntan, but
oh no, go ahead. I'm learning.
Because when we talk about the European, we act like Black people ain't French, or when we talk about the European, we act like Africa, like Ankh said, is the biggest continent, right? But it was part of Pangea, and that continent only existed with Eurasia, Africa, and Asia. And again, right, French fought to be or to separate itself for the European, right? To establish, to let everybody know that they were the European and stop some of this madness. And that French, right, drew that border in the late 1700s, early 1800s, right? And French is one of the 5 languages that the Africans speak, right? And so,
what you saying? I gotta slow you down.
Okay.
How Pangea getting to this? This is an engram right here. All right. This literally y'all can get it. It's on Google Books. It's called Engram View. It literally lets you know when the terms start popping up in books. White people. It don't start popping up in books till after 1650.
I'm talking about Europeans. I ain't talking about white people.
But that's what they call them white. Come on, yo. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know where you at.
Just etymology and word science.
No, I'm not. All that's get you scramble jamble. We come out that world. Yeah, we stand white people right now. And that term is the racialization, is when they call people Black people. Prior to this, no white people, no Black people, yo. That's why I get offended when we try to place terms that's not even in existence in the ancient world, because there's a ball of confusion in the conversation. That's why I say, okay, Chief X, you want to play the black game, right? You want to play the black game, then let's play the black game. See? And he'll play that shit out of context. See, he's saying the difference is black. No, I'm saying, nigga, you playing the black game, right? If you want to play the black game, then I could beat you at your own game, right? Because I could just come to here and I could just play the black game. See? If I play the black game, you're not going to win. Here go the black game for you. Bam. Ain't no black people in Egypt. Look, wooden figurines for the tomb. Look, 11th dynasty.
Right.
But said, look, y'all gonna say, really, bro? Watch this.
That's what I pulled up.
Hold on, watch this. Hold on for a minute. Look, here you go. Look, Nubian archers. What's the difference between these two groups? Look, not much, yo. One seems like he baked a little bit long in the sun.
Right.
So Chief X say these black people, but then he turned around and argued down to these white people. Caucasian. It's a ridiculous conversation. It's the black game. So if I play a black game, I say, yeah, based off their skin color, this is black people. Based off the skin color, this is black people. Because we can look at this panel right now, we ranging just like they ranging.
Right.
The short hairstyles, the whole thing. Look at that. Yep. Both of these populations right here, yo, come out the Green Sahara. And they come out the Green Sahara not because I said so, because the museum's curators say so, because the modern academics say so, because UNESCO conference, the up-to-date version say so. All the Wikipedia articles is now in effect. In 2026, say what I say. I tried to tell y'all. You know what's funny about this whole damn conversation, yo? I tell you what's funny, yo. This was funny to me. For some wild reason, I don't know if it's luck. I don't know what it is, yo. I know what it is. It's called scientific literacy. I'm always ahead of the curve. I'm always ahead of the curve. I told y'all, I said, in science and academia, things move very slow. So 5 years ago, when they was talking about Africa finally, for real, and it pops in the museums, I said that it's going to take the younger generation, the 25-year-olds, the 30 years old, the 40-year-old, the 50-year-old, right, to start bringing it up as they go on archaeological digs to start putting Egypt in its proper African context. I said the people that was from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, the 50s, the 40s, the 70s, you know what I'm saying? I said, yo, they the ones talking about Mediterranean, Middle East. Chief X got a boost because, watch this, because he had citizens maybe of North Africa and maybe of Egypt, right? They was fighting for like African Americans be fighting to be FBA. They were just fighting for their own unique space in the world. They say, yo, some say they Africans. If you're in Cairo, they may say you African. By the time you get there, they may not say it. Probably won't say it if you're in Cairo. You go to an old Cairo, they start saying, well, some say they're African, some say they're not. You go to Aswan, they say, hey, brother. If you go to the spot, right? So this nationalism, Egyptians just want to say, man, I'm Egyptian.
Okay.
Chief X got that crowd, right? And they promote racism against African Americans because they say African Americans is stealing their damn culture, which is true. When y'all say that they replaced the population, the invaders replaced the population, say, wait a minute, yo. That's the fight and the argument, right? But it takes academia and scholarship and science. Everybody calm the hell down. It's right here in front of your face.
Philology.
So with that being said, and I'm not denying any of that, what I'm saying is, when we say stuff like the Europeans, and we know that Chikak Anti-Diop was our complexions, shall we say, then what are we saying? Because he did a lot of scholarship.
And he was serious.
And he was very European.
Diop,
our complexion. So what are we saying when we
Diop wasn't European, he was indigenous African.
And so that's why I say that when we say stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? We're discrediting ourselves. And so I say wholeheartedly, I'm not saying anything negative against you, Suntan, but I'm just saying those kind of conversations make us or take us away from who we are.
What kind of conversation is that, sister? Enlighten me.
When you say the Europeans, because again, to me, I'm just saying for me, when
Europeans, the white people.
Okay, but when you say it like that, and then we don't have too many people left other than Brother Reggie, as far as that has been with the scholars, because they're all fading now, that actually went out there and did the work. You see what I'm saying?
Let me say this to you.
And so let me land with this. And so for them to be actually out there that actually were digging up still, because remember, Kemet, when it started in the late 1800s and 1900s. Remember, they even had to move one of the Abasu Symbols or something, and they had to move it because it was flooded. And so again, so a lot of this is still being uncovered and told and whatnot. And so we do all of this is big and it's history at the same time.
Hey, Kenneth, listen, I ain't trying to cut you off. I'm gonna let
right, I'm lost.
Sanchez say something. We gotta get out of here, man. But before we do that, man, I want to make sure we support the debate right here, man. Donation $30, man.
Yes, I don't want to miss it.
All right, make sure y'all. I'm gonna beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't even listen to that cat.
All right, we got Napah and Naphtali sitting on the thrones. 2 sisters going in. All right, you know I'm going with Napah. And then Naphtali, she wild. She does not understand science.
I would say that too. She don't. She preaching belief. So
she preaching belief. She tripping. She gonna lose.
I can't go with that. And I want to say this. I'm not cutting you off. I just want to say to Naphtali, I got the European talking points from Dr. Ben and Dr. John Henry Clark, because that's how they mentioned them instead of saying white folk. I listen to Dr. Henry Clark daily, and he always say the European, because he always put it because he had a bone to pick with them because they politicized religion. So that's all I'm saying. I get the talking points. I get my talking points from the elders. That's all.
I get it. I appreciate that. I get it.
Yeah, that's it. It ain't nothing of my own. But like Monk said, we got to stand on the shoulders of the elders.
I get it. I appreciate that. I get it.
I always love you. You always like me. We learn it.
Yeah, I've said it myself, so I'm just guilty.
But that's good because that's who dominates now.
Hey, can I ask King J a question?
Nope, we out of here, yo. We'll come back tonight. We back tonight, yo. Yeah, we back tonight. Right. Y'all know what it is, man. Look, man, make sure you hit that Cash App, show some damn love, man. It's been a great show, right? We got in 2 solid hours of good conversation, good convo, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate you, Sakina, Rob. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Suntan, man. We educate, man. Big up to Kyle, man, in the damn building, man. Good friend of mine's, man.
I got to talk to that guy. Kyle said there wasn't going to be no teachers in 2026.
Hey, Kyle just go hard, man.
He was wild. I got to talk to Kyle about that.
Yeah, but y'all know what it is, man. We want the smoke, man. Tune in to the shows, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, to the Community Skeptics, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to sa.neter TV, Black News 102, Debate Channel Coliseum. Man, show some love, man. And with that, man, we are out. Peace.